Hello, welcome to the Soviet Lucky Kitty ship. Now, as you can see, I don't know, I spend way too much time designing my ship and I'm so happy with it. I mean, for a game to give you this much freedom in such a unique and easy way to use, it's super rare. Now, as you can see, I have updated my Burdock to look a lot better than the last video and I captured that. Sadly, a lot of people don't really do a lot of stuff with their ships. Now, as you can see, that's also a good example of what you can do with your ship, your Burdock. But I think that's not really good enough in a way, because as you can see it's not really protected. My ship over here is very well armored and I can even do more, but sadly it's going to take a lot more time. So I was thinking of just showing you what to do with the ship, but instead of that I'll just do something even more practical. I'll show you a little bit of the ship and then we'll actually go and board my favorite ships for looting. You may think, well, why do you board ships? How much loot can they have? Well, you'll be surprised at what they can have. Plus, also you'll be surprised at what I will choose to board. Maybe I'll not get all of the items that I want to show you, but we'll definitely get a lot of items and you'll know what they drop. Now, as for the ship itself, as you can see I have two cannons that are tier 5, and as you can see the damage is not so great, because this one is 1.9, and let's say this is the lowest, 1.3, but I also have a 1.8 tier 4, so as you can see the damage of the best tier 4 can be the same as the lowest tier 5, so I don't think it's really worth it to go to tier 5, but as you can see you can also get one that is 2.6, which will be double of the lowest, almost the lowest, worst tier 4. So the amount of variability in damage for tier 5 is amazing. They have also reduced, well I guess some people will not be happy about this, they've reduced the amount of splash damage your cannons do. So that's 50, this is 40, and I think it was, I don't remember, but someone can correct me if I don't get the numbers right. This used to be about 200 splash damage, and that's why the cannons were so good, but I think now it's massively reduced, or I might not be remembering it correctly, but I really think there was more splash damage. Anyway, so now you know what I have. Also, this is the tug wheelhouse. You can build it in your base, so I'll probably have to try a few times to build it, but I don't think I'll get a better proportion than this. Now, this is worth building just because you will have, let's say, a chance to get, let's say, maybe 10 tons and maybe 15,000 HP, I don't know. It seems like it's worth it. We'll try to go through the menus and show you all of this stuff so you can see how much they cost. And my shields are also metal shields tier 3. And I try to get the ones that have over 3000 HP, and probably 70 armor would be nice, but we'd like getting that. So I just went for the HP. The Scavenger's Big Shield, 1.5 or 1.6 HP, that's amazing. As you can see, these things are quite heavy. Some of them are a ton and some of them are 500. So that's the amount of variability you can get on these. As for the shields, not much to say. Get 1.5 or 1.6, the big ones. And then I'll be replacing the metal ones with plastic ones. The plastic shields are the best in the game currently. This might change, but I don't think so. I also have a few plastic bases which don't have a lot of health, but they also don't really cost much to repair, plus they're pretty light. We have the Caspian small trawler base, which as you can see they have a lot of HP, but they also weigh a lot, so yeah, the differences can be huge in this game. I also have the Iron Warriors turret base just because I like the way they look, plus they give me a little more utility because I can mount stuff on 2 slots on them. The Foghorn, the best one is the Loco one. I like it a lot, what can I say? I also have a lot of oil cistern body. Usually they have about 2000 HP. I didn't bother getting better ones just because it's so annoying to change them. And also we have a bumblebee. This is the one that has the red star on it. Probably I can get a better weight to HP ratio, and this is the Ares boat. Definitely I can get a better HP ratio to this one, so probably I have to build it a couple of times. Yeah, so I'll have to try for some of the towers. This is something you can only loot, you cannot build it. I have to change the motor. Also, I just have 3 of these, the Fujin fan motors, and this is just a collection of air intakes. I just have one, this is 15%, and the rest are pretty bad, but I just like how they look and how cheap they are to repair, which is also a big factor, but take note. As you can see, the small ones have, let's say, 100 HP, but the big ones have 2400 or 1000 HP, depends. The small scanners, and as you can see, I also keep a lot of improvised wind generators just because they're very good, but most of them are around 7 energy generation, and believe me, that took a long time to collect. 4 Devil Steam generators, the diesel generators are also over here, just because I need a lot of power generation to power the cannons. Once I have all tier 5 cannons, it will be super hard to contain to produce the power and contain the energy to shoot for long periods of time. Batteries, I have 3 of the medium ones and 3 of these ones, which is enough, but I have to replace some of them. I am not sure if I'll just get the big one and lose the medium ones, because they're very hard to repair. Never keep anything on your ship that needs reagents to repair, because that's the rarest endgame material. Well, cloth is also pretty rare, but you don't use it as much. And the stuff is over here is randomized. I found this while dredging, and I also used the occultist paint, which is in the shop, which looks amazing. Now, let's speak a little bit about my choices. As you can see, this has a lot of HP, as expected. The wood, I mean, some people might not agree with this, but my hull segments are made out of wood. Where do you even see this? Does it say anywhere? I guess it doesn't really say. But I suspect they are wood because they need wood to repair it. I guess the lining is made of metal. So I think the segments are made out of wood and the lining is made out of metal. I don't know metal. I have to check again. So yeah. The kitty stands very, very proud over here, just because sometimes the enemy would launch projectiles at me, cannons and other stuff, and they would simply go over the tug wheelhouse and they just hit the stuff behind them, which was kind of annoying because it also hit the center of the ship. So yeah, I think I needed this tower a lot. So these are the Iron Warrior turret, and you can actually swap them around. It's not really, well, switch them around or rotate them. It's not really very common in the game that you can rotate stuff. As you can see, they look amazing, and I rotated them to have their backs over here. I just put wind generators and diesel generators below them. It's kind of funny because it's kind of like a great protection, since it protects 3 power generators, because this one is very hard to hit as well. Over here I just have another devil steam generator. The batteries are over here with some of the other stuff. I can change these things around, but I don't want to put another oil cistern body over here. It looks so bad. I hate it. But the paint job helps it a little better. Also, I'm hiding one of the cannons here, because you can only hide 2 per segment, and that means the 7th one will be kind of left out behind, but it should be very well protected over there. More batteries. The pump is over here, the thingy. As you can see, the small Caspian trawler stuff, I rotated it and it can hold the improvised wind generators as well. This is kind of like the core of the ship. As you can see, we just have the devil steam generators over here. I am not sure if I should change anything, because it will require a huge amount of farming to change much, and the results will be more or less the same. You can find for better devil steam generator, but I don't think I'll get much more than this. I mean, yeah, how much would I get? Maybe 3 or 4 extra power generator. Maybe I can get another 10 in total if I swap most of them, but not really worth it. Some air intakes over here. As you can see, this is the plastic base, which is amazing because you can also put the wheels over here, and the Ares boat cabin with gun port. I think this will protect my helmsman much better. Plus, this is also a taller structure than the rest of the stuff on the ship, so it will protect the steam generators from getting hit from behind. I mean, sometimes when you do this,
there's no critical damage, Captain.
See, your boat will raise a little bit up, or it will kind of drop down into the water. Its nose will drop down into the water, and they'll be able to hit your stuff. So it's kind of safe from all directions over here. Also have the big scavenger shields that will protect us even more. Now, as you can see, most of this stuff repairs very cheaply, and that's one of the reasons I made it like this, so it's very cheap to repair. It also looks so nice. I don't know why, but I like it a lot. You can see my maximum speed is very good, power, energy, everything is delicious, it's very good. You can reach about 90 speed when I'm traveling. Remember, you can also skim a little bit about the waves, so when the sea is restless, it actually helps you gain a little more speed. Turning is nice. You can also still capsize, but I think you can use control to make sharp turns. So yeah, this is with shift, almost capsized, but it's pretty hard to do it. And then this is with control. Actually, control doesn't seem to do anything, or maybe I don't know how to use it. Let me look a little bit in the control settings, because I think it said something about this over here. half ahead, half a step forward. Anyway, maybe I don't understand how this is made. I thought it was used to make better turns. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's go back to the base and I'll show you some of the stuff you can build and how expensive that is. You can see for this you need probably 4 superstructure workshops, otherwise it will be almost impossible for you to make this stuff. And let me show you what we will use. So you'll need a lot of plastic shields, obviously, which need a lot of plastic plates and rope, but fiber is not such a big problem for me to get. Now let's show some of the stuff we can build. I'll also change some of the old oil cistern heads with the halibut stuff. This is the Ares. As you can see, it's so cheap to make. It's so easy to make. Look at this. Not even a plate requirement. I can basically try to make 10 of these and just keep the best one, because I think I got unlucky with my HP and the weight as well. So probably try to make 5 of these so I can get a better one. This one is super expensive, so I'm not sure if I'll try it again. Look at the cost in chemical waste, but it repairs so easily and it has so much HP. Plus it looks decent, so that's why I chose it. The bumblebee is also very expensive, so this is why I said the reagent is kind of like the hardest material to get, just because you need so much for boat building. And I am also aiming to build the halibut conning towers, which would be the best thing you can make for your ship. As you can see, they're quite heavy, but they have a lot of room over here. They have 9 slots over here, and I'll probably try to make about 5 or 6 of them. We can totally press the oil cistern, because the oil cisterns are kind of weak. They only have 2000 HP, and this will have 3 times the amount of HP, but it also be a lot heavier. So I don't know how that will work, but this is definitely the endgame stuff I will try. As for the Riviera boat superstructure, yeah, this is way too big, and I'm not sure what resources it needs to repair. You see, 25 tons is a lot compared to 16 ones. I might change it at some point for this one, for the Riviera, but it seems like, I don't know, it looks a little weird, and I'm not using so much space. I'll have to count it, but it's a bit too much. I don't think I'll use it. So these things are quite cool, but I don't think I'll use it. Also, this superstructure, I like it a lot, and I have one in my base, but it's just too heavy. It's too heavy to use, but it's basically all of the HP you'll ever need. And plus, you can put some other stuff on top of it, so maybe I'll try to experiment with that one a little bit. And let me see the trawler stuff, the small Caspian trawler, yeah, base. As you can see, this is also a dirt cheap one, so probably I'll just try to make 10 of these and I'll see what is the best result. But you need a big base with a lot of workshops, superstructure workshop, to make something like this. And that's about it. This is basically all you need to know about the shipbuilding, and I think this is much more than you need for tier 5, because most of the Burdocks I've seen don't even have much in the terms of protection. I mean, look at this guy over here. I think my... Well, I might be exaggerating a little bit, but probably my Burdock is in the top 100 ships that are currently in the game. Yeah, I can have better weapons, but other than that, I think it's among the best design, and also one of the coolest looking ever. Feel free to disagree with me. But yeah, so now let's go and do some hunting out there. Well, these are the muarenas that you want to board, but sadly it's kind of dark in here because it's nighttime. But as you can see, they don't have the funnel like I said, and as you can see, they have the armor plating on the sides. They have all of the guns in the front. Now you want to board these ships basically because they give you the devil steam generators and also the diesel ones, but the devil steam generators are kind of easy to get on this one. It's just that it's a lot harder to get. Also you get the iron warrior turret base over here, but like I said, I'll not try to do this 100 times until I get the devil steam generators, because they're still a rare resource to get. Probably 1 in 3 or 4 ships will drop one, but they're very good for the other loot as well. Not so hard, not so bad. Next one. Okay, so near Trader 7 you can actually board the Snappies, the ones that have a lot of armor, but also it's kind of interesting to board the trawlers, the anchovy trawlers. These ones that have the weird things on them. I don't think you can get them because I tried a lot to get them and I didn't get them. But the main thing over here is that you get the Snappy, so I guess this is 2 for 1 since it's the same area, and you might be disappointed by the loot of some of the other stuff. And now as you can see, you get so many parts over here, and it's important to get this thing, the Scavenger Big Shields, which is the main thing you arrive here for. You also get the oil system head, but that's not so important. And why is this important? Just because you look at what they give you fiber, rope, and chemical waste. That's such a great thing. Plus you get a lot of metal from them. Plus if you get the oil system head, you even get more metal. So as you can see, if you loot a single Snappy boat, that's so much loot. Of course, I have my characters maxed out in looting possibility. So yeah, that's going to play a bigger role. So let's dismantle all of this stuff. 100. Let's go and board those. Now these crawlers don't really have a lot of good loot, but in my opinion you should always try to board them if you can, because they can have the shields that are level 3 and some of the other stuff. Oh, hey. Hey, no fighting back. This is not a real fight. This is a showcase. Now as you can see, these things will have the batteries, which will also give you chemical stuff and some of the other stuff. Otherwise, they're not really particularly good. But let's see if that other one will have better stuff. Being attacked by angry flies, as you can see. There are also vigilant tier 3 ships over here, which are really easy to destroy. So this is a very good looting area. Okay, that solved that issue. Yeah, I guess I'm not getting any of the cool stuff. Oh yeah, this is a shield, metal shield tier 3. So as you can see, 3.6 HP and 62 armor with 6. Wow, this is a great one. This is a very bad one, but this is a very good one. So yeah, this is how I mostly armored up my ship. So now you know how to get the shields as well. Plus, like I said, the chemical and the reagents from the batteries are so nice, and this ship will drop a lot of them. Also, in case you don't need more metal shields tier 3, as you can see, they'll give you barrels, rope, and fiber as well. So that's amazing. The amount of resources you can get from a single area like this, it's staggering. We'll replace those shields as well. So as you can see, you don't really have to build much in your base, only some of the very high tier stuff, because the rest you can just get normally. I have to fix my gnome and go to the third location, so that's 3 good ships to loot. Okay, so for our fourth ship, on the list, it's going to be a little harder to get. Now at Feather 12 we'll have over here a wave with Burdocks and some other really mean stuff, but those are easily destroyed in a way if you're at this tier. And guess what will be the next ship? It will actually be the Mariana Seiner. You may wonder why it's such a weak ship, it's only a tier 2. Well, these particular boats have something very interesting to show you, and let me see if I can get it. Yeah, we got it. Now as you can see, they can give you the platforms, which are very interesting, and you can also use them if you like. They also have the Mariana Seiner cabin, which is again interesting and you can use it. But the main thing is that they can also drop the devil steam generators, like I said, and it's kind of funny because you don't think they will have them. So if you don't want to farm them from the muarena boats because you think it's too hard, come over here and destroy all of them. But there is another catch, the scavenger double shield. So they may seem small and insignificant, but the amount of loot you can get from one of them is staggering. So look at all of the materials I will get from three of these disassembled, plus the devil steam generator, which is a decent roll one. I guess it could be worse, could be better, but look at this stuff. You actually get reagents if you disassemble the double shields, which is, I think it's a problem because the developers will nerf this at some point. But not only that, you get fiber, you get cloth, and you get 6 reagents and double this. So that's 12 reagents, 12 cloth, and a lot of other fiber. It's kind of staggering and mind-blowing how many resources you can get from the tier 2 Mariana Seiner over here. But again, it's very hard to farm. I actually skipped the part because I had to destroy all of the Burdocks, which they spawn 3 Burdocks, 2 brawlers and some other stuff. And as you can see, if you just don't have the freedom to do it, the other players will kill the other Mariana Seiner. There are actually 2 Mariana Seiners in the wave, but they're the easiest ones to destroy, so most of them will be destroyed before you even get a chance to do that. So let's actually try to get this one, and maybe that other player will... as they usually band up together like that. That's annoying. Yeah, I don't think this will work, so you really have to destroy the entire wave in order to farm the 2 Mariana Seiner boats. Or I guess we can just skip the entire wave and pretend we don't know anyone. And that works. Thank you, random player. It's also kind of hard to not sink the ship because most of the times you'll hit it by accident. Oh, okay. Thank you, random player. You just got me a lot of resources. Easy now, easy. And it seems like you always get two double scavenger shields, and I guess the grenade launcher remains and some of the other stuff. The other loot is not so impressive and sometimes you'll be disappointed, but as you can see, it's well worth the trouble. Okay, if you know the secret enemies, you have one armada over here which is pretty easy, and then you have another one over here which is very hard to kill. Just because you have a few very well armed Burdocks and a lot of other fast smaller ships which have torpedo boats and some other stuff. Now the brawlers you can destroy pretty easy if you just hit them in the mid section like that. And you may be wondering, hey, this is the Burdock that is at Trader 12, but the Burdocks at Trader 12 cannot be boarded just because they will get destroyed once you destroy the final defendant. Well, guess again. The ones over here in the secret area, in the second armada secret area, you can actually fully clear. But, well, good luck doing that. As you can see, you're going to be harassed constantly by the flyers, the helicopters. Plus, you have to destroy almost the entire armada, which is basically a combined arms armada. I mean, they're not very strong individually, but they're super strong together. So make sure you draw the ship, the Burdock, about to the same position where I am right now, and destroy the others, and also leave one helicopter alive. If you destroy all of them, they'll actually respawn. So just leave one alive, so they don't respawn as a full squadron. And then you just have to destroy everything on the ship. Now, there will be some hidden enemies in the middle of it, because they'll launch rockets. And as you can see, this is a boardable ship right now. Just try to destroy the turrets in the back, the turrets in the front, and then just shoot. Sorry about this. This is annoying. And then just shoot in this general direction over here, because as you can see, there are some generators, but in those things there will be other soldiers. So it's definitely possible to kill all of them. Just try it until you kill all of them, and then you can board it. This is massive, because this is the only well-armed and armored Burdock in the game you can actually board. Now, what is the loot you can get from them? Well, to be honest, I've been able to get their cabin. I'll show you in a second once you go back to base, but they have the batteries. They have the big batteries, which is amazing because they're very expensive to craft as it is, and the other ones are harder to repair. This is amazing. And also you get 85 weapon fragments. You get a ton of weapon fragments. Sadly, the other loot is not as good, but I have been only able to loot about 5 of them. So you definitely will stay maybe for 1 hour once you arrive to this place. Let me see if there's another Burdock somewhere, because we only looted one. It's kind of lightweight, has a lot of HP, and look at how easy it's repaired. It's repaired with plastic and wood. That's amazing. Because it looks also pretty cool. It doesn't really look like it's made from plastic, but sadly it's a little too big. If it wasn't so big, it wouldn't be such a problem, but look at it. Look at how cool it looks. It also has, I think, you can put other modules inside of it. I haven't tried. Yeah, it looks like it has multiple slots, so you can put multiple stuff inside it. It has a decent amount of stuff you can put inside the cabin, plus on top of the cabin. So you can definitely hide some stuff or put some cosmetic stuff over here. It's really kind of interesting. I guess it's made for a medium boat. It's not really going to fit on a small one, but you can put it on the Vigilant, you can put it on any of the tier 4 boats, and of course the Burdock. Kind of unique item. Anyway, I'll be heading out to farm again in that particular area because I am very curious to see what else they drop. Plus, consider the weapon fragments to give you 1 weapon fragment per weapon fragment. So let's see if we get 1 per 1. Yeah, 1 weapon fragment might be 1 weapon part, or it might be 2 weapon parts. But as a general rule, if you get, let's say, 85 weapon parts from a single ship, I'll just assume you'll get about 150 weapon parts from the entire stack. Again, depending on RNG, it might be lower, it might be higher, but usually it's lower. Probably 100 weapon parts per 1 stack, but think about it. All you're doing is boarding a single ship that might give you 100 weapon parts plus other valuable loot at the same time. Plus the batteries, you can also disassemble them for 12 reagents, which is massive because this batteries repair for reagents and that's a problem, but this batteries repair for circuits and copper. So think about it, it's a massive amount of... Probably that ship over there, those ship over there will have the most amount of loot you can get in the game. Also, if you see me farming there, please let me farm. I'm showing you my secrets, but I also want to use it at some point again. Anyway, have fun, bye.